Hi, I'm Tom Ziglar, CEO of the Zig Ziglar Corporation. Welcome to the Ziglar Coaching Academy. Today's lesson is on mindset, and I want to talk to you about the mindset of coaching yourself and coaching others around this incredible thing. And it's really the coach's dilemma, and it's the balance between empathy and accountability. And so what do I mean by that? Well, I want you to check your own mindset. When you look at the world and you are looking at other people, maybe coaching clients that you have, do you tend to fall on the empathetic side where you understand where people are coming from, you give them that safe space, that's a no judgment zone, which is all great, but you also have a little tendency to go easy on them, right? You don't set the standard high. You don't push them and stretch them to help them grow to that next level. Or when you're coaching other people, is your mindset more on the accountability side? Like, hey, last time we talked, you said you were going to do A, B, and C. How did that go? What's the report? How many calls did you make? Did you have that difficult conversation? Did you work out 45 minutes a day like you said you would? And then do you go hard on accountability to the point that maybe you crush somebody, right? Maybe you didn't take the time to be curious about what's going on in their life before you get into the accountability conversation. So that's the mindset of the balance between empathy and accountability. The reality is we got to have both. Now I want you to think about coaching yourself. So we create this voice in our head, and we wake up in the morning and we say, hey, these are my priorities, this is what I'm going to get done, and we have all these great intentions, but it's 10 degrees outside and this bed is warm. And so when we're in bed, does the empathy voice come up and say, wow, you only got 5 hours of sleep, and you had a hard day yesterday, and then nobody really needs to hear from you for the next couple hours. Maybe I should just turn back over and get a little bit more sleep because it's cold outside and I've got that extra time. Does that empathy self-talk start lulling you into staying stuck where you are? Or do you have a drill sergeant in your head when you wake up? Get out of bed, you better do something. Yesterday ended yesterday and you're not any good, and look at this. And then you roll out and you start going hard, and you get in your first little bit of exercise. Maybe you go in and you do 20 push-ups, and you're like, in the head you're going, you know what, that last push-up wasn't very good. I just didn't have the form, I didn't have the position. I'm just using this as an illustration. And no matter what you do, you're not good enough, right? You're holding yourself to an accountability bar that's impossible. So here's the takeaway. From a mindset perspective, what's your natural tendency? Do you lean too easy on yourself and others? Or are you too hard on yourself and others? Is it empathy or accountability? So look at your tendency. Number 2, when you look at something in your life, how do you create that balance? Think about the steps you can take on a daily basis to start training your mind to saying, you know what, these are my priorities in life. This is what's really important to me. These are the things that I'm going to go out and do. And based on that, here are the activities, the actions, the to-dos, the things that I'm going to go and get done in the priority list. And I'm going to hold myself accountable to these things to get done in this priority. And then as you go through the day, just check it off. Hey, I did that. And then instead of the accountability master, which says, oh, you could have done it better, I want you to transition that into the growth master that says, wow, look how much I've grown over this period of time. And then when it comes to empathy, I want you to say, yeah, I am empathetic. I am taking care of my personal life. I am creating energy. I am doing the things that will help me be a better human being. I've got personal time. I'm filling my energy bucket. I'm taking walks. I'm exercising. I'm eating right. I'm getting plenty of sleep. I'm giving myself a lot of empathy. But I know that there's potential there that I haven't stepped into. So I'm just going to take it up a notch a little bit and then stretch yourself. And so you see how that happens. You focus on growth. You give yourself the appropriate amount of empathy, but you're always stretching. I hope this mindset around empathy and accountability makes sense to you. Because if we hang out in either one of these things too long, we get in trouble, either when we're coaching ourselves or when we're coaching others. And sometimes we have to stretch outside of the comfort zone, which means, depending on how you're wired, you might have to hold yourself a little more accountable than you like, or you might have to hold yourself to a little bit higher degree of empathy than is normal for you. These things will help you grow, will help you serve others. We'll see you again next time on the Ziglar Coaching Academy.